All right, so I wanted to give you all an example of doing order of operations with fractions. It's no different from what we've done with order of operations in the past with whole numbers and with integers. And it'll be no different from what you would do with decimals or irrational numbers or imaginary numbers or any other any real numbers or any numbers ever that you use. The order of operations will still be the same. It's still parentheses first for your groupings, your exponents, which include your powers and your roots, then multiplication or division as it appears from left to right, then addition and subtraction as it appears from left to right. So in the example here, we have negative 9 times a grouping or quantity of 3/4 plus 2 divided by 3 to the second power. All right, well, let's begin. First things first, we look at the grouping. That's right. So in the grouping, we see division, but there's nothing else we can do with that. So we're going to leave it as 3/4. The next sign of division is 2 over 3 to the second. Wait, exponents come before division does, right? So let's take care of that 3 to the second power. So if we do that, let's see what we end up with. We have a negative 9 on the outside multiplying quantity 3/4 plus 2 over 3 squared. Well, what is 3 squared? 3 squared is 9. So over 2 nines. All right, cool. Well, so far so good. All right, now if we look at the quantity or the grouping, we have 3/4 plus 2 nines. Can we do that? Yes, we can. That's what Bob the Builder would say. So 3/4 plus 2 nines is quite simple to do. How do we add fractions? We first must have the same denominator. They must be of the same type. They must be the same thing. Well, they're not. They're fourths and there's ninths. How do we make them the same? Well, the easiest thing to do is just to multiply those two numbers to see what the equivalent fraction denominator should be. Well, the equivalent fraction denominator would be 4 times 9, which is 36. So we're going to do negative 9 times some number over 36 plus some other number over 36. And let's see what those numbers are going to be. In order for this to become 36, what would I have to multiply it by? Well, in order to make 4 into 36, we would have to multiply by the number 9. And if we do that in the denominator, we still have to do it in the numerator. So that would give us 3 times 9, which would be 27. And 4 times 9 would still give us 36. So we have 27 over 36. Nice job. Well, what about over here? In order for this 9 to become a 36, we have to multiply by 4. So we multiply by 4, multiply by 4. All right, so let's find the equivalent fraction. So 9 times 4 will give us 36. 2 times 4 will give us 8. Okay, awesome. Well, now we have the same denominator. They're the same type. We have 27 36 and we have 8 36. If we add those two together, we will have 35 36 in total. And that's being multiplied by negative 9. All right, so all we have left is multiplication between fractions. I won't make that joke again. You all know by now that negative 9 is still a fraction. All we have to do is put it over the number 1. So we have negative 9 over 1 times 35 over 36. So if you want to do negative 9 times 35, you can. Some of you may be saying, can't 9 go into 36 and we make it quicker that way? That's true, you can. But for the sake of this problem, and so that you get used to multiplying, I'm going to multiply 9 times 35, and let's see what we get. Well, I know 9 times 30 is 270, and I know 9 times 5 is 45. So 270 plus 45 will give me 315. So I get 315. And that was negative, so this would be negative because there's an odd number of negatives. This is over 36. But when we have to reduce that, you will. We'll have to divide both of these numbers by a common factor, which is going to be 9. If you didn't know that, you could have gone with 3 and 3 and then eventually got it reduced. So I'm going to start from the beginning. So we divide by 9, and we end up with negative 35 over 4. And that would be our answer. All right. You have done a lot of things with fractions, a lot of things with integers, a lot of things with whole numbers. We're going to look at a different way to write fractions. I'll see you soon.